Who's guarding Steph Curry?
They got Kevin Durant.
Who's guarding Steph Curry?
They got Kevin Durant.
Who's guarding Steph Curry?
They got Kevin Durant.
And so for Golden State, it'll either be, your choice is this, 44 wins and play the Suns in the first round, or 43 wins and then you've got a spot in the play-in tournament.
And the tough part for Golden State, they face Portland, Chris. So even if they're trying to lose, they might not be able to. I mean, well, the thing is maybe they have to lose the Friday game against Sacramento. That's the easier one to lose, and then Golden State.
But then they'd be in the play-in.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Well, maybe not. If some things shake out in their favor, they could still end up 6.
Would you rather play the Suns? You'd rather play the Suns in the first round, even if it's Kevin Durant. You'd rather play the Suns in the first round than be in the play-in, because anything could happen in the play-in. You want the guaranteed spot. You do.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You want the guaranteed spot. You do.
I don't know.
And the other thing is, I'm not
sure you do. I don't know. You do. I don't know if you do, Chris. I really don't. You might rather have to win one. You'd have 2 chances to win one in order to face Memphis or Denver.
Yeah, I know. But then, if you get beat in that one game, now you're facing the Nuggets. Is that any better than facing Phoenix?
I think so. I do. I genuinely do.
I know you're in love with Phoenix, but they haven't beaten anybody, Kevin, and they've only played 8 games together.
but they are undefeated.
They've only played
Kevin
8
Durant's.
games. Look at who they've beaten, though, Kev. It tells you nothing. What is the time that you were mega impressed with it? We don't know. They're a great unknown. Phoenix is.
That's also
they've
why
only
they're
played
scary
8 games together.
I mean, the Nuggets are, on paper, a matchup for the Warriors that you're like, okay, maybe we get a shot here.
Why are the Suns not?
I mean,
who's guarding Steph Curry?
They got Kevin Durant.
Who's guarding Steph Curry?
They got Kevin Durant.
Who's guarding Steph Curry?
They got Kevin Durant.
Josh Okogie?
Yeah.
Devin Booker?
Yeah, but who guards Steph Curry is true for every team. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter that the Celtics had the defensive player of the year in Marcus Smart. It doesn't matter who you have. Who defends Steph Curry? Who cares? He's going to get his.
I think you'd like to make it hard. You'd like to make it less efficient.
I think for Golden State, you want Memphis. I'm not just saying that because it's you right here in front of me.
Oh,
but
God.
You want Memphis or Sacramento. So you want the 6 or you want the 7. If you get the 4, if you face the Suns at the
5.
4, I pick the Suns. When you're the 5, if you're the Warriors, and you face the 4, I'd pick the Suns. If they're the 8, I'd pick the Nuggets over the Warriors because I think Jokic would just pummel, that smaller Warriors front line. I think that's a really tough matchup for Golden State, especially Andrew Wiggins is apparently not going to play over their final 2 games of the regular season. He'll only come back either in the play-in or the playoffs. It's really tough. You mentioned we haven't seen Phoenix. We haven't seen Golden State either. It's going to be
look, dude, we just cannot disagree more. It is a no-brainer to assure yourself being in the playoffs.
I guess I just think
taking that chance is madness to me.
I just think that highly of the Suns, though. I mean, that's where we differ is how we perceive the Suns and what they are.
Because you live in fairy tale land where you act like you've seen them play 60 games together. I live in reality where they've played 8 games against nobody and have won them. So we just don't know.
The 3 games that they won that were legitimate is they beat the Mavs.
Oh, congratulations. No one has beaten them recently.
I know. But this was a little bit before all this
at
started.
The buzzer, by the way. At the buzzer. They beat them. Luka missed at the end.
Wolves. They beat the Wolves, a team that at the time was playing a bit better.
And that was Rudy Gobert saying that the league cheated him.
Yes. Yeah, that was that game. And
what's the third one?
And they beat Chicago.
All right, dude. Okay.
A team.
All right, I stand corrected. I stand corrected. You really listed a who's who.
Weeks.
You listed literally 3 play-in teams.
They have
literally 3 play-in teams.
I get it.
As the good ones.
But
and those were close, right?
The Chicago one was a blowout.
Okay. And obviously Rudy was furious about the Minnesota one, and the Dallas one
but
was
you're
went down to the last play.
You're telling me just because you haven't seen Phoenix, you're not afraid of them?
I would not be afraid of him to the point where I was willing to risk not being in the playoffs. I mean, Golden State played this like this a couple of years ago, and had to play Memphis to get into the playoffs. And John Morant went and urinated on their head in their home arena in the great forgotten season that no one wants to remember when the rivalry really got started. He bounced them from the playoffs. And you're always capable of being victim of that.
I'd rather be in
what I mean?
Since we're in a position where teams are straddling for their spot, I'd rather be on the 6-7 side of the bracket if I'm the Warriors. If I'm thinking about what's the best path to win the NBA Finals, I want to be in the 6-7 slot instead of the 4-5 slot. That's just me, and you know what? If you lose in the play-in, if you lose 2 games in the play-in, you weren't beating any of them anyway. And that's that.
So you would dump it. You would risk it.
I mean, I want the 6.
You think it's worth the risk?
I want the 6. That'd be the ideal. And if we end up with the 7, and I think the Warriors, they should at least be able to win a game.
That's their problem, though. Their problem with getting 6. So this is why the Clippers can dictate it. Because of all these tiebreakers. It's hard. It's hard for the Warriors to get there and get 6 and not be tied with somebody and lose that tiebreaker. They're kind of in peril of, if it's a tie, they lose it. And so now they drop into the play-in. It's really very hard for them to be 6. Yeah. They kind of have to be 5 or 7.
It's tough.
They really do.
It is. It's tough. They really need the Lakers to lose, which would be, it's possible. They face Phoenix on Friday, the Lakers do, and then the Jazz on Sunday.